is a commutator? Well, a commutator is an intuitive way to cycle or flip a few pieces. These algorithms can usually be worked out intuitively without really needing to look at an algorithm sheet. Here are some examples. So actually the best way I can show you this is an Ivy cube. So let's say we want to cycle around 3 centerpieces. So this one, and this one. Now we want to identify where they go. So this one will go to here, this one will go to here, this one will go to here. Basically what you want to do is you want to solve one piece in one move. This can always be done. So you can solve this piece with one move like that. You can also solve this piece with one move like this. But in this case, it's going to be a lot harder to do the cycle. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this piece up here. Now we're going to call this the interchange move. Now these two pieces are affected by the interchange move. So this piece is the odd one out. We'll just call this one the odd piece. So what we do is we move this piece here. Then we get the odd piece there. Then what we do is we just undo the first move and undo the second move. So basically a commutator is basically you do one thing and another thing and then you just reverse both. So here's another example. So in this case we can have orange going to here in one move, green to one move, yellow one move. In this case it actually doesn't matter, so we'll put the yellow in. We'll solve the yellow. And since it affected these two pieces, it didn't touch this one, so this is the odd piece, so we can do this. Then we get the green one here as well. And then we just undo the first move and undo the second move. I can do another example on the pyramids. So, for example, if we have these 3 pieces, so this red-green, we can solve it in one move like that. And this red-blue, we can solve it in one move like that. So I'm going to pick this one. So the red-blue, we solve that in one move like this. So it's these 2 pieces, and this is the odd one out, so we move it here. And now we get the other piece there as well. And undo, undo. So get the piece there, put this one here, undo, undo. So let's see if we can cycle around 3 corners. So for this case, we've got this one, this one, this one. Can we solve one of these in one move? So this one, we can solve it in one move. And this one, we can solve this one in one move. But it affects all 3 pieces, and you cannot have that. So we will pick the other option. So that's this one. So we can just solve that like that. Then we insert the other corner in this place. Now, we can't do that because one more rule, the interchange layer has to be fully preserved. If we took our Ivy cube example, when we put this in here, this layer, I guess, is preserved other than this piece. So what we can do is we can just move this up and then insert. And now we can just reverse and reverse. So like this. So we'll do another example. So put this one here. We can insert this one like this. Then move it back and then reverse. You can also do it like this. So basically, the odd piece, which is this one, you can just solve that one right away. Then get the other spot there. Undo and undo. It's another way you can do it. Alright, so this time we have 1, 2, 3 edges unsolved. So we can solve this one with just a single U move. So now we want to get this piece here, because this is the interchange layer and we didn't touch this one, so we want to get it here. So how are we going to do that? So something that you might do is this, but that actually bumped out the piece. So what we can do is just bring the slot down, move it in, and bring it back up. Now we can just reverse and reverse. And there we go, we're solved. Or what we can do is just solve the odd piece first like this, get the other one there, and reverse, and reverse. Alright, here's another case where we can solve this one like this. But again, that actually moved all 3 pieces, which is not good. But what we can realize is we have this white red. We can put this in with a slice move. And yes, it's still between the red and yellow centers, but it looks solved. So basically what we want to do is go like this. Now the slice layer is this M slice. So we want to preserve it. So we need to get this piece, which is the odd one, into this spot. Now we can't just do this because obviously we're breaking this piece. What we can do is just move it out and then bring this spot in like that. And then we just undo and undo. So actually we can use this same kind of idea if you want to twist pieces, not just cycle them. So how can we just twist 2 corners? Well, let's say if we were to twist this corner, like preserving all of this, then we can move this and then do the reverse twist. Then we can just put them back. So in this case, we can twist this corner like this. Then what we do is we bring the other corner and then do the reverse. And then we just bring it all back. So yeah, that's how you can intuitively twist 2 corners. If I did that right, I did that wrong. But I think you get the idea. So how do we flip 2 edges? So basically what the idea is, we can flip one of them within the equator slice, which is this slice. And what we can do is just, so say flip this one within the equator, move this one, and then do the reverse and flip it and just move it back. Here, I'll show you what I mean. So we can flip this one in the equator slice like this. So now this one's flipped and everything else is preserved. Now we can move this piece in, and then we just do the reverse, which is this. And now it's flipped, and then we just put it back. There you go, that's how you can flip 2 edges. Now I'm going to show some examples on some other cubes. So, we have a 4x4 here. So, what you can actually do the kind of the same edge commutator on a 4x4. So we have this yellow-orange, so we can solve that in one move. Then we can take this one and just move it in, and then reverse and reverse. But on the 4x4, there is one more piece type, and that is a center. So you can actually cycle centers the same way you did for corners or edges. So basically, let's say I want to cycle this, this, and this. Well, basically, we can just move this to one of these 2 spots. So we can bring this slice down, get this in, move it back up. So now we haven't touched this piece needs to get there. Undo and undo. And although it does look like we just swapped the 2 centers, we actually did do a 3 cycle. Here, I'll prove it. We can do the same thing again. And as you can see, it's not solved. If this was in fact a 2 swap, then this would be solved, but it's not, it's a 3 cycle. So you can just do this. Now it's solved. And of course you can do the same on 5x5. So for 5x5, you can, let's say we do an edge one. So we can bring this one in here like this. And let's say we move this one in, undo, and undo. And there we go, we've cycled this, this, and this. Alright, a quick diversion. Let's go back to the 3x3. So, you probably know how to make the dot pattern, but if you don't know, then here's how to do it. So, basically, let's say you want, I don't know, some outer and then a center. So basically, let's say you want a blue background with a yellow center. They have to be 2 adjacent faces. So what you do is you move the yellow center in, then you basically replace it, and undo, undo. And there you go. So that's how to make it. And then to undo it, you would say solve one of them. So take this green and solve it. And you could either take this orange or the red, but since these 2 edges are red, you'd bring in the red and undo, undo. Now I have a ready cube, and let's see if I can do a 3 cycle between these 3. So let's see, can we find a piece that is solved in one move? Yes, this one, white, blue, we can solve this in one move, like that. So it's these two that are in the interchange layer, and this one's the odd piece. So we put it, and then we put the odd piece there, and then undo, undo. Let's do a different 3 cycle. So we have one like this. Can we solve one of these in one move? Yes, the white, blue. Solve that one. Then get the other piece here, and undo, undo. I also used this commutator technique to intuitively solve a 2-edge flip on the ready minx. So how could I do this? Well, it's kind of the same as a 3x3. Basically, I would say that this is the interchange layer. So I would want to flip, say, this one in its own layer. So how I would do that is like this. So basically, I move it down here, and then I just move it around this face using clockwise moves. So clockwise, 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 clockwise. Yes, it does look scrambled, but trust me, we're going to put everything back. And then we just put it in here. And now you can see it's solved. So now we bring the other piece, and then we just bring it back. And a good way to remember it is either do all anti-clockwise or just solve all of these corners. So just solve that one, and then solve that one, and put this back here, and then we can just undo the interchange. And there you go. That's literal evidence on how commutators are actually useful in certain puzzles. Oh, and in case you were wondering, you can't do the same thing on the ready cube, because if you try to, like, say, flip this one, go like this, and clockwise, 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 bring this in, it's not flipped. So you have you actually can't have 2 flipped edges on a ready cube. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you liked it, and if you do, please give it a like, because I hope this was informative. And see you next time.